Hello everyone, so we're picking up where we last were, and I will be grabbing the side quests you see kind of just scattered here, and then I will also continue with the story quest, which is killing a bunch of stuff. So first things first, I will pick up this quest from Laxio. Laxio, actually, before I do that, you might have noticed something different on the UI right now. And you see right here, it says Malboro. Well, that's the current world, home world that I play on. And so they did that in preparation for the, I'm not sure if it's still in testing phase, or if it's kind of, this is full on in-game, everything's working sort of stuff. But if you go to an aetheryte in one of the city-states, you can actually teleport, and I think it's equivalent, well, easiest way for me to figure this out is if I actually... Why am I running? I have a chocobo. The easiest way for me to... Oh boy, that was slow. Easiest way for me to figure out whether or not this applies to any aetheryte or if it's just in the city-state, because I've actually honestly forgotten, is if you go to an aetheryte, and I believe it's only in the city-state, you will be able to teleport to a different world so that you can actually play with your friends. And I mentioned this in the introductory video. They were adding this. So the only way you can transport to a different world is if it's on the same same data center. So there's servers such as Malboro, and then data centers. So right now my data center should actually be changing to the Crystal data center, which is going to be the new one in North America. So here, yeah, okay, so in the city-states you'd right-click on this and then it would have your options for teleporting to various other worlds. I haven't actually checked to see if that works or is it actually in-game yet, so I might be just rehashing something that's not there yet. I will check later on if I end up in one of the city-states, because obviously right now I'm not. So, as I said just a moment before, now I will pick up the side quests, and if they happen to be killing ones, well then it's good. And I really like how this looks. The little house is in the air. It amuses me. A little tree place, which makes sense. Anyway. Okay, so now talking to Laxio. Laxio of Little Solus remains unconvinced of your intentions. Walking One may dance many dances, but this one still doesn't like Walking Ones. Why? Because Walking Ones don't listen. That's why. I'm listening now. If Walking One wants to be his friend to this one, Walking One should listen, and listen good. This one has itchy spot on back. Walking One should poke it. Not scratch it, just poke it. Okay. Teehee! Walking One fell into trap. Touching this one turns Walking One's skin into moss. What? Teehee! Mossy One's skin turns greener and greener. Mossy One should examine self to see how silly Mossy One has become. But. Examine self. Apparently I'm admiring myself. I guess I had to have Laxio selected, not myself. Oh well. Hee hee hee! Walking One is so silly. There is no curse, silly one. This one tricked Silly One good. Yes, this one is smart. Silly One should congratulate this one for being so very smart. I guess we'll congratulate. Oops. Oops, hope I spelled right. Congratulate. There we go. I have to look. I cheated because my brain is mushy. That's right, Silly One. This one is very, very smart one. Silly One is smart to know this. Silly One makes this one laugh. This one likes to laugh. Maybe Silly One is not so bad after all. level and thus new quest. Anyhow. Laxio. Laxio the Sylph needs help to put down, Gigas. This one needs help. Please help these ones. Vile ones called buzzing Gigas think these ones are food. Attack these ones. Attack whenever these ones go into forest to bathe in sunlight. Some of these ones have gone into the forest to lure out vile ones. This one wants walking one to wait for vile ones. Wait nearby and slay vile ones that come. Okie dokie. And I will go pick up the other quest from Amexia here. Amexia the Sylph would beseech an adventurer's assistance. Oh, walking one, please listen. This one was frolicking in the forest as this one likes to do, when nasty tusked ones come huffing and puffing and charging. This one was so frightened. This one is too scared to go back to the forest. Walking one may make tusked ones go away, yes. This one would dance for joy. Tusked ones hide in bushes. Walking one should be careful. And, that said... Oh, wait. Do I have anything new in skills-wise? Yes, I do. This one, which I will add right there. Which increases parry rate. I think that's the order that I have them on usual. And obviously I got a new skill there, and other stuff there. So in other videos, I kept saying I was trying to use a skill I didn't have. I kept trying to use this one, Circle of Scorn. It's a good AO grabbing one, especially for tanks. But anyway, I kept trying to grab that one. Obviously it's a while until I can get it. Well, I don't think it's for tanks, it's specifically for paladins, but I mean, gladiators/paladins. Warriors and marauders. Let's try that again. Warriors/marauders and Dark Knight have their own set of skills for that kind of thing. So any of the action traits, so these ones rolls are usually ones that are cross-shared between other classes as well. They want to necessarily have access to all of them, however. And we will see that later on once we actually get into our job classes, and also into get into our jobs, they're called. And then also once we get a marauder and so on and so forth higher in level. So other things that were added in this last patch, so the last patch was actually on Monday/Tuesday of this week. So that's January 6th or something. I don't know what's the date anymore. Anyway, so they also added the Blue Mage. Right now it's just, so you can see here, Blue Mage. So we don't actually have access to that yet. We have to finish the main story quest for the base game, so that's the A Realm Reborn, which is currently what we're doing. And basically we also have to be level 50, and in order to finish the main scenario quest for the base game, A Realm Reborn, you have to be level 50 anyway. So, we have quite some way to go before that. We have... Ooh. Well, there's... We work on Gridania stuff, and then we're gonna work on Limsilimin's stuff later on. And then I honestly can't remember the direction that goes from there, but there's a bunch of quests for that. And then stuff happens. And then it's the post A Realm Reborn, and then it builds up quests into Heavensward expansion. So Heavensward is quite some time from now, but the... I'd say we're about halfway through A Realm Reborn right now. And that's not just because I just leveled to level 25, but I think in terms of story quests, once we're done the Gridania stuff, and then the Limsa stuff, so I don't consider that a spoiler because you probably figured out already that we're going to be working in the various areas since we've already done Uga. And then there's stuff after that and or part of it, so you will see, but yes. I need to run this way. And I'm actually gonna repair, that's why otherwise I would have hopped up onto my Chocobo repair gear. Repair. Ooh, it's a good thing I did that. And I'll repair this stuff too, just because I can. So, as you can see, kind of inventory stuff-wise, I have a whole bunch of stuff here that I have used, and I will either transmute or convert into materia. But I also have a bunch of these that I'm not actually using because I already have some of them, and I have not yet used them. So what I'm going to do is just sell them on the market with one of the with just the one retainer that we have right now. Obviously I can get a retainer in Limsa or Gridania, which I will probably do, but I won't bother with that until we actually have need for one. And sorry, I lost what I was doing. So I'll use the retainer to sell those things because probably get a little bit more gil that way, and so it can help fund with some of the other stuff, and then I can actually go through how that selling stuff actually happens. It's obviously not applicable necessarily for a playthrough, but just kind of a helpful tippy guide thing that I would do. Obviously I already did some of that when I went over the market board the other day in the last video, 2 videos ago? I'm not sure. And with that, obviously, like I said, this is not really applicable. Oh, I guess there is more than one. Not applicable for a playthrough, but as a helpful tip guide of how it works, how to set it up. And as I definitely said in there, it's where my train of thought was. Sorry, I'm so totally rambling, but make sure you look up the market of that. Really? Another one? Make sure you look up. Oh, I see. You didn't say there was only going to be one. Sorry. Let's try this again. On the market board, when you're putting something to sell, make sure you check the market board itself, both for price. So you might end up getting more gil than necessary, but don't ever mark it below the market value. So if it says sells for blah 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 gil, don't mark it below that because you're just losing yourself money. Obviously, if you want that space gone, you might as well just sell it at the vendor at that point because then you get that amount of gil no matter what. But if it's worth something higher on the market, you can, well, make more gil that way. And obviously that's how it works because otherwise it wouldn't work. And also keep in mind, as I said before, is that some of the listings are older and probably not accurate to the actual value, but if you mark in somewhat in that kind of range, or if you're willing to take a significant cut to comparison of what's already up on market, you can check your price based on that, and then obviously if it doesn't sell, you can either probably decide whether or not should I bother with this still up, should I just knock down the price, so on and so forth. And the other tip of advice that I would have is also to not, so initially you could only stack things to 99, so quite often you'll see various crafting items or gathering items that are marked on the market as a stack of 99, While that is helpful for higher ends who don't want to do that and they need a lot, it's also a lot more costly for them. So in my recommendation would be to not group 99, to actually have groups of, say for gathering stuff, no more than 25. Because the smaller groupings of things tend, at least on this server, tend to sell better than when you have a stack of 99 because it's a lot more expensive, as I said. And a lot of, there's obviously going to be a lot of people who don't want to do that travel. So as you can see, there's a ginormous, yeah, this, as you can hear the sound, that's a boss fight. You do not want to do that by yourself. And I think for the most part, at least in A Realm Reborn, the areas for the boss fights are all the same music, so it's distinguishable with that. I think the Heaven's Word bosses also have this music, or it's slightly different in kind of the expansion thing, but we're new, this is the boss fight for this expansion thing. And I think likewise for Heaven, or Stormblood, sorry. And I imagine the new expansion will also have some slight variation, because the actual battle music for each of the expansions, or base game itself, so is slightly different. So there's a similar theme, but with Stormblood there's a bit of a Asian flair twist to it because of the nature of the quest line of where it kind of sets, takes place, and it's in the setting. It's more of an Eastern Asian feel. Eastern Asian is more of an Asian feel, which is, so the music is kind of have that sort of thing, and then Heaven's Lord is more of a, I honestly wouldn't know how to describe the difference with the battle music there. Just no, and slightly different, I guess. It's more obvious with the other one though, because it's just, it fits very well with the theme. And yeah, so in terms of market, make sure you do a little bit of research before just plugging in and plopping it into the market. Especially if you're interested in making guild, for example, buying a house in the game, or material, or weapons, or... Oops, I didn't actually need that one. Oh well, I'm dying anyway. So that way you can make a little bit of gil, and or just get rid of stuff. And sorry for the rambling, I realized that was really bad. Hopefully you don't get too irritated with it. Okay, so we will ride our chocobo back to Little Solus over there, and then we will obviously turn those quests in and take, well, do whatever the main story quest takes us to do. I imagine that we might actually end up having some more side quests unlocked, either after them having turned in this side quest or having turned in the main story quest. Walking One has made tusked ones go away. This one can play in forest again. This one thanks Walking One. This one is forever and ever Walking One's friend. And... well, I do not like that color. We'll stick with that. And as I said, another side quest. Amexi of Little Solus is again in need of an adventurer's aid. Helpful One has returned. This one is troubled. When this one ran away from nasty tusked ones, this one dropped 3 spindles of thread. This one searched Brambly Place over and over, but nothing was found. Oh, woe is this one. Helpful One will help, yes? Yep. And we will turn in the quest for Lexio first. This ones must bathe in sunlight to survive. Without sunlight, these ones will fall ill and shrivel away to no ones. Thanks to Walking One, this ones can safely bathe in sunlight again. Praise be to Walking One. And we'll take this because we need this more. And now we will talk to Lucio. Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Brownie Brush. Legend says that Eorzea was once inhabited by a race of tiny creatures called brownies, and they would use the spores of this particular mushroom to paint their faces for battle. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one? This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills bitey buzzy ones. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Yes, you were. I'm here to help. Camuxio of Little Solace would entrust you with a task. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. This one's have many troubles since walking ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other walking ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange walking ones with bodies of steel came to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. When Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and walking ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and walking ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. And thusly, we shall talk to Pelixia. Strange steel walking ones? Yes, this one has seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. And then we need to, obviously we have to head back over that way to talk, but we will talk to Presence of the Ebony. But we'll talk to the one over here. Oh, someone else was just doing the dancing quest. And we'll talk to Nathalexio. Shush, shush, this one says stale walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. And now we will head on over this way first to do that. And then on our way back we'll turn to go up there and do those. So, as I said, this seems rather slow right now. And it kind of is, but I think it's... obviously you can see that's something else for the Blue Mage, but there is somewhere here. Oh, there we go. Mount speed. So right now you can see in well, we'll look at the Black Shroud right now since that's where we are. So we are in, where are we? East Shroud. You can see there's stars here and these are grayed out. So once we increase, I believe the first ones are all for main scenario quests, so you can see them all in the various other areas. I won't bother with those because we don't have access to them. But once you have continued on with the main scenario quests, this mount speed will actually increase. It'll actually have a notification to tell you when that mount speed increases in those various areas. I believe I mentioned that in the last video, perhaps it was, or the video before that. Probably the last one, since that's when we got our chocobo. And other ones you can obtain in other manners, but that's usually for the other areas in the expansions in particular. But that said, we will continue and talk to Victor. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Probably not. Oops, I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go this way. Oh well. Oh, I guess kind of going this way helped anyway. And we'll talk to Monet. Men clad in strange armor. Why, not that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. Nope, probably not. And we will head on over this way. Go through the log, and I honestly, it took me a long time to actually notice these things because the gamma was very, or contrast was very, very, very dark for me at first until I made adjustments. And so I didn't notice the difference right away in the game. And so when I was trying to move around this, especially at nighttime, because you can see how much shadow there is, which makes sense because it's, well, a forest area. And so there's a lot of shadow just from the start, but without the sunlight it's a lot more hard. It's a lot harder to navigate. A lot more hard? Grammar is not my friend today. Oh, and we need to go that way. We will avoid those boars. Into that boar. And these trees aren't aggro. And we will grab that. And then we will ride our chocobo back. So anyway, it took me a long time to find those. I was also so busy looking at the ground and trying to avoid beasts and actually looking at the surroundings. Slightly amusing and slightly annoying. And I'm not concerned about these guys chasing after because they'll stop running once I get over this way anyway. Because this is a safe zone area. As you can see, they've already tapered off. But we will talk to Mexia first. Mexia. Without thread, this one cannot weave. Whatever is this one to do? Cloud silk, a pure white silk gathered and spun by the sylphs using traditional methods passed down for countless generations. This one's thread. This one can weave again. Helpful one is so kind. This one thanks helpful one from bottom of this one's heart. Open fate is started here. I'm not going to do that. That was slow. Maybe because the fate started just then. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. When did Dancing One learn? This one sees. Steel walking ones come from Empire. Carry boxes and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones. Yes? Yep. But that seems like a rather odd place for them to hide. We'll go this way. And around. And obviously we have a gnat to kill, and I'm going to kill it first before I enter the purple area. Otherwise it'll start some combat, and I'm not entirely sure what's there at this current moment. Probably barely is. But we will find out shortly. You sense hostile presence, yes indeed. I will help you because you are suspicious box. box. Bok? What? That was just sad. And we'll go deliver. Oops, I started running before it was done. And I will avoid this. And then I will run into Little Solus. And I will turn in the quest. And I'm betting it's going to be a cutscene of some sort. Is someone else doing this? Is that just them? Oh, I think they're good. Anyway. Camuxio. Dancing one is back. This one breathes sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something? Quartermaster's log. A list of supplies and material to be delivered to a certain imperial stronghold. Dancing one found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire. This one read walking one's a symbol. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks are inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind these one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to steal walking ones? This one fears for this one's homes. But Dancing one has helped this one much today. Dancing one must promise to always be friend to these ones. Certainly. And we'll talk to Camuxio again. Camuxio is pining for a wayward friend. Helpful one arrives at good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones, named Claxio, ventured outside Little Solus alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. And so I guess we're headed to the eastern side. Eastern side? What? It did say eastern, didn't it? We'll just run this way. Oh, and there's Claxio. I guess I'll kill this one. Because it's kinda in my way. I stunned it, so it will be dead before it doesn't take up. And if not, I have... Oh, it's dead. Claxio. What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solus? Don't make this one laugh. This one is wary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summon a primal one. Small wonder this one choose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home. But then meddling one arrives. Forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling one is forbidden from following this one. Away with meddling one. Well, okay. Think you're gonna get in trouble soon. And Camuxio. What? Claxio refuses to return to these ones, and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should search for pieces of thread in the forest floor. This things will lead Helpful one to Claxio. But hurry! Hurry before touched one take Claxio away. And off we go again. And see, this is why it's so nice to have a mount now, because of the amount of back and forth travel that you have. It gets very tedious fast, especially if all you can do is run, and then you have to wait for it to the cooldown to, well, cool down. And then you have to use it again, and then rinse and repeat, waiting, etc. And, oops, I need to go this way. And over this way. Oh, I just noticed the silk thread on the ground there. I never noticed that before. And oh, that's another flint log thing. And Calaxio. And obviously this is a fighting one. Meddling One is back. This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Komuxio that this one will never go back. Never! Uh-oh. Touched ones? Touched ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Celebrian. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. And alas. In this case, it's probably better to, well, we'll first get the Papalamo, who I think is our killer. No, this one is good one. We'll never go with bad ones. Sylvan Bud's Napper. Axio, these ones are your friends. Come with these ones. Serve Primal One together. I'm gonna zoom out in case there is something I can read. There's more that are added afterwards. So I mostly wanted this one to stop attacking Papalamo, who's our healer, basically, in this particular BBC here. A marble, and these were going so well. Problem is that Evia is so much stronger than me. Anyway, let's see here. Some requests. A marble, and things are going so well. Hurry up, Papalama, I can't bear the stench any longer. I'm doing the best I can. If I dispatch those sylphs, surely. And no, that stinky one. Stinky one is scary. Stinky one's stink makes this one's head go spinning. There's something not right about this marble. Ignore it and focus your attacks on the sylph. Okay, I guess I should be doing that. Whoopsie doopsie. Celebrity and Papalama can handle the space. Do you take care of the sylphs? Yes, ma'am. Of course, this would be faster if I was a DPS class and not a tank, but... Okay, so there's just those two. And just this one now. So this probably would have finished sooner if I'd have been paying attention. You definitely want to avoid that because of the number of ads that it has. And I believe we can just let this one run. Yes, so there we go, duty complete. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio! This one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Komuxio? And Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Komuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from little Solus. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Camuxio and Friendly One. Bye-bye. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath, and probably get rid of the stink of the marble. And so now we will... Unfortunately, there's no Ethernet thing to actually teleport there. Oops, I need to open the map so many times. So we kind of have to navigate our way back that way. Oh, that's why I didn't know about how to earn the company seals, and I didn't actually know about the roulette, so I had to grind out the fates and stuff. Which obviously would have taken a long time. Or a longer time. Actually, since this last patch, they made changes to make it easier to get the company chocobo, too. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Uh-oh. Mount speed in Middle Lanosa, and see, as I just mentioned, Mount speed in Middle Lanosa has increased, and Lower Lanosa has increased, and Central Shroud has increased, each Shroud has increased, Western Thanolin and Central Thanolin has increased. So, riding your mounts should be a lot faster now. Camuxio would make a confession to you. This one must ask kind of one's forgiveness. This one make promise to take one to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday, but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but walking one do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscarian for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many kind of ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow kind ones for help, and please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. And so we will teleport our way. Oops. Central Shroud, Gridania. We will teleport to Gridania because we need to talk over that way. And it's much faster than riding our chocobo, which I will show, because we'll probably need it for whatever the next bit of the main story quest is. And if there's any side quests in Gridania, I'll probably pick those up as well. And it just looks like there's one there. So I'll go that way first and pick up whatever that one is. I'm not actually sure what that one is, but I will find out in a short moment. Noah Gamdula. Noah Gamdula wishes the patrons of the Carolyn Canopy would keep a closer eye on their belongings. As if I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me, friend. Once again, one of our customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm at a loss for what to do about it. While I understand that adventurers have many cares on their minds, it would make my life much easier if they could keep their personal effects in order. But you did not come here to lend an ear to my grumblings. Nope. This is the book in question. The face of its owner was unfamiliar to me, but Errol over there seemed quite smitten with her, as with every pretty lass he lays his eyes on. But that's neither here nor there. Might I trouble you to inquire as to the girl's whereabouts? I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Oops, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Hero. Ah, the sweet little thing with the journal. Of course I remember her, and remember her well. Had a smile to warm the heart and a laugh, lilt one might say, to tickle the depths of the soul, and she was most eager to hear tales of my many travels, which speaks to a keen and sensitive mind. Jilly, I believe was her name. No, that's not right. Jilly was the redhead from last week. Oh, darned if I can remember. You must understand, no small number of commonly lasses seek out my company. Right. I dare say keeping all the names and faces straight is an adventure in itself. Any road, the girl spoke of paying a visit to Apollo Falls before traveling on. Like as not, you'll find her there now, shedding a tear or two at our parting. Do pass along my regards if you see her. She should be readily recognizable in that charming straw hat of hers. So, that I believe is over there. Not I believe, I can see it clearly is over there. Okay, so now we'll do the main story quest, which is over this way. And then we'll head on over to... what? Old Gridania? I always get confused which is New Gridania and which is Old Gridania. I should just remember that the new is where the Aetherate is. Old is where everything else is. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? Their elders gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Gaia Molko at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. So that's obviously in Central Shroud, that's over there, and we'll teleport there once I run in the right direction twice over. And go to Old Gridania. Cheapers, we just went over this and I still got it mixed up. And grammar is still not my friend. So we'll run over there, and I believe it's probably for another dungeon, which I won't actually do this video. I will probably do them once we actually get into those areas. Probably. I say probably because I have no idea of the plan. But because they're purple, that tells me that I'm probably required to do them at some point for the main scenario quest or something of that sort. Okay. That's that path. We need to go this way. Haha. Byleth Ironheart. Pardon, I don't believe we met. You've something in mind, you say? Age-worn log. Within its brittle pages are detailed sketchings of landscapes and vistas numbering in the hundreds. Ah, that's what this is. Not a dungeon. Something else. My journal, thank the 12. In my haste to escape the clutches of that insufferable mutton-monger, it slipped my mind entirely. Might I be so bold as to ask your name? You have my gratitude, Celebrian. I may not look like much, but I count this humble diary among my most prized possessions. Its pages brim with tales of the most heart-stirring sights to be seen in our realm, as told to me by the sensitive souls I have met in my travels across Eorzea, tales that have struck me with a most incurable case of wanderlust. As an adventurer, you too have seen the realm, I am sure, but I would ask you, Celebrian, have you truly seen her? Borne witness to Eorzea and her myriads of splendor? Have you stood on the palm-fringed beaches of Costa del Sol, just as the sun peeks out over the horizon, its ray kissing the sands beneath your feet? Have you lost yourself in the night sky of the Sagali, I presume you mean desert, adrift amidst a boundless sea of stars? Ah, but why do I even try to convey with words that which must be seen to be appreciated? To our fortune, whithersoever we wander, Eorzea's beauty is but a stone's throw away. If I may quote from my journal, yes, this is the one. Afore the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over the light ethereal. Such were the conjurer's words, and I would see as she saw. I saw for myself before coming here, and I can assure you the conjurer spoke true. Indulge me, go there and look out upon the beauty before you. I would hear your thoughts. Seek out a place where afore the fane and look out upon your surroundings. And I'm guessing it probably... Oh, I guess it's nice and tells us where that is. It's over this way. So we will go do that quickly. And so this is going to be introducing the sightseeing that you can do in this game. Kind of, side kind of thing in the game. It's, there we go. It's, obviously not something you have to do. It is definitely something that's fun to do. Finding the various vistas and whatnot, which we'll explain in a little bit, in the various areas throughout Eorzea. I haven't done most of the early ones because it's a lot harder to find. They changed it in the expansions, so Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, of how they're actually located, to make it simpler to find, because there's specific areas where you kind of have to stand, and then kind of gives you hints on what ability you have to use. So right now it's look out ability, emote, not ability, emote, and unfortunately some of the other ones are not that. So here we're standing somewhat in the, oops, in the area, so I'm gonna look out. And as you can see, nothing happened. I'll try here. You have looked upon one of Eorzea's stirring vistas, as identified by the explorer Miliath Ironheart. Return to Apkalu Falls and report your sighting. So basically, telling you to take a look-see at the surroundings, and it's kind of a nice thing within the game itself, because it kind of, as a result, I actually started to notice the surroundings more, and I mean, even just running around, you can see how pretty it is, at least in my opinion. And in some of the areas, they're just gorgeous, especially because they have the day and night cycles, so you actually have, and weather cycles, so you have some nice sky views of with clouds, or sunsets and sunrises and so on and so forth. So it's almost how beautiful it is out in reality outside. Sorry, I juggled the camera there. Miliath Ironheart. Welcome back, Celebrian. I trust you were as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance to Silkgate Fan is none other than the Sky Serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nofika the matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants no doubt of a primeval forest, whence did they come? Why do the two great arbours grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty, if only we knew where to look. This is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us, as wrought by gods and men alike. Though we may have just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It would be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages you will find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm. both those I have seen with my own eyes and those I have, thus far, at least only heard of in my travels. No doubt your adventures keep you occupied, but is this not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both body and mind might enjoy a moment's respite from time to time? And who can say? Perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels, Celebrian. When you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. And now, you now have access to the sightseeing log, a compendium of the most beautiful sights to be seen in Eorzea, as compiled by the explorer Millith Ironheart. To open it, select Logs from the main menu, followed by Sightseeing Log. From the snippets of information contained within, identify and seek out the locations described. Note that certain sights may only be properly appreciated at given times of day or under ideal weather conditions. Perform the designated emote while taking in the sights, and the entry for the corresponding vista will be marked off. With your sightseeing log in hand, go forth and see Eorzea as you have ever seen her before. And then it kind of gives you another little tidbit of information, and I will let you guys read that. So if we go to logs and sightseeing logs, so then you can see here's an example of the first one, and it is in Limsa Lominsa somewhere, and under the azure I gaze down upon warships 3, their billowing sails of crimson, leaving no doubt as to who truly rules the sea. Such were the merchant's words, and I would see as he saw. Kind of what she just read to us, and so here goes through, and then it says Medulanosa, Udania, Ulda, Eastern Thanalan. So I haven't actually done all of those, mostly because it's, well, time consuming, and I had a whole host of quests I still hadn't done, and I was still too new, and because I didn't have to worry about fighting monsters in the middle of, well, sightseeing, because that wouldn't really be enjoyable. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to enjoy the environment. Ah, crap, I'm getting attacked. So I wanted my characters to be a lot higher in level. So, anyway. Gaia Moko. This is a continuation of the main story quest. A message from Commander Hulo, you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished? Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf beyond, The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Now, truth be told, I always thought the, head honcho person was a she. Oops. And we'll talk to Kukuvachi here. An Uldan merchant by the name of Kukuvachi seeks an adventurer to make some inquiries on his behalf. Ah, there, adventurer. Yes, you will suffice. I have a job I need performed, and I am willing to pay the going rate. A trifling task, really. I simply need you to ask the locals here at Bent Branch Meadows what the head wrangler covets most in all world. Wait, what? What the head wrangler covets most in all the world. There we go. This is a private matter, lest you doubt, so be sure to inquire discreetly. And please, for the love of all, do not reveal that you are in my employ. In fact, it would be best if my name wasn't mentioned at all. Because that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Aelfilthrinth. What does Catham covet most? Why would you wish to know some... Wait a minute. That Uldan merchant put you up to this, didn't he? He's wasting his time with that approach. If the man is serious about owning a chocobo, he would be better served by convincing Ketha of his intent to provide the bird with the proper care and attention. It amuses me that I didn't even have to say anything, really, and he just knew. Sorry, she just knew. And so the next one to talk to is over here. Down there. Hello, Leo there. Ketha? The only thing Ketha wants is for her birds to be happy. If she cares for anything besides the well-being of the chocobos, then I've not heard of it. And the last one is over this way. Bernard. What's this about Miss Ketha? Doing that peddler's dirty work, are you? Oh, I didn't know it was dirty work until just now. If that half-wit thinks some shiny trinket will move her heart, then he's dafter than he looks. Let's try that again. If that half-wit thinks some shiny trinket will move her heart, then he's dafter than he looks. Any fool can see Miss Ketha is only interested in her birds. Tell Kukuvachi from me that if he persists in harassing the head wrangler, the wood whalers will remove him from Bent Branch Meadows for disturbing the peace. Got that? Yes, sir. Note it to myself as well. Who needs to use gates and stairs and stuff? It's just better to run and hop over them. Kukuvachi. Well, do you plan to keep me in suspense? I must have a chocobo for my very... What's this? They told you nothing of her material desires? Ugh! The stubbornness of those Gordonians is infuriating, and should I have known better than to hire a buffoon for such delicate work, well, ask them for yourself, you jerk. To think of the amount of gil I have wasted on this fruitless venture. Oh, cease your mealing. I promised you a reward, and a reward you shall have. Now leave me to my misfortune. Udons and their money. And we have a quest from Luculo. At Bent Branch Meadows wishes you to procure fence building materials from Dyramites. Greetings, madame. You have the distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you for some assistance? In recent days, Heartless Cad has been sneaking into the ranch to scare our chocobos. The poor birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It is my hope that extending the fencing will help to keep the intruder out. To that end, could I ask you to procure some strands of dynamite web? They make for a surprisingly sturdy construction material. You should be able to obtain the web from the dynamites themselves. There are usually a few to be found roaming the land around the ranch. 6 strands should be sufficient. Well, I suppose so. I will go kill some dynamites, and obviously I have some quests there. And some down there. I will just do the one that was there. And what am I looking for? Dynamites. Where are they? Guess they're all the way up there. Oh, that's right. I made some adjustments to locations of things. Why does it seem so vastly bigger? They made area differences for something. So perhaps they don't have the quests in line with the actual mapped areas, because you see it's all down here, but most of them are all up there, and that could just be because of the spawn point, but that could be for the change that they just made also. So we'll find out. Hopefully it's not too much of a problem, but because I know to use the mini-map and you can see the yellow dots there. And I just realized also this is just a level 10 quest. I'm gonna switch to a rogue. Oh, come here. Rogue. Here we go. This is probably just one of those introductory quests, perhaps. Okay, so I'll turn this in and then I'll teleport. And as you can see, this looks a lot faster, doesn't it? So I will turn in this quest. I will leave these for some other time, probably the next time we actually do quest stuff here. And then I will teleport to wherever it is we need to go for the main Sonora quest. Ah, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to procure the dynamite web I requested? Newly spun dynamite web. Little time has elapsed since the strand was spun, and so the web remains extremely sticky. Yes, this will do nicely. These are perfect for binding posts together. Were I still in Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such a bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Aye, well, Britannia is, in actual fact, my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. No man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, that time has passed. I left my homeland to accept employment here at the ranch, instructing others in the methods of chocobo husbandry. Yet I have found that it is often I who am the recipient of others' instruction, and on a great many matters. Surely one can never know what life may hold in store. And, well, we only have 23 of those, and we have 7 of those. Well, oh, we get both of them. Duh. Okay, so I'm going to teleport down to South Shroud, but I can't, so I guess we're gonna travel our way there. So, okay, that's level 7, that's level 12, that's level 12. I will leave those for now. I will probably do them in some sort of video where I'm leveling up still, maybe perhaps in a stream or some sort, as I'm tossing whether or not to do a stream. Anyway, I will leave those for later, because those are kind of like your introductory quests, similar to those of the ones in Ul'dah that we did already. Yeah, I believe those are both just level 12, so traveling down this way. Head into South Shroud, and then I will head over to this part, and then we'll probably have to go to the quarry mill. Mapping the realm, South Shroud. And oops, I got too close there. That's fine. Just ignore me anyway. And first we'll actually talk to the Chocobo Keep so I don't forget. And you can see Hida and Pepalamo. Boscarin is a good friend of ours, and there's no place like his for the latest gossip in South Shroud. The Sylphs are known to avoid the South Shroud. What could have compelled the Sylph Elder to come here? But the question of motive must wait. Finding him is our foremost priority. With things relatively calm over in Little Solace, we can focus our search efforts on this area. And as you can see, there's some side quests there, and we will actually pick those up after we talk to Boscarin. Well met, adventurer. You have the finest grog and grub this side of... Eh? Not here to fill your belly, then? Hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you've the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across the Sylph Elder yourself. This much is true. And we'll talk to Boscarin again. Boscarin could use an adventure... Chicken egg. Boscarin could use an adventure to douse a fight brewing at his establishment. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscarian in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who is spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just grab the tub out back, fill it with water, cold water, and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swell grog all night and caress loud enough to wake the dead if they wish. But as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boat down. And we also talked to Ayana at Buscaran. Druthers would have you slay fearsome beasts in her stead. You look to be a doughty sort. Perhaps I could trouble you with a task? Recently I shared a flagon with a merchant from Ulda who regaled me with her tales of danger from the road. Worst of all, as she had it, was the ferocious beasts that nigh gored her within an aisle of her life just when she thought she'd reached the forest's safe embraces. What manner of beasts, you say? You'll not believe this, but it was an antelope. Yes, I doubted mine own ears when I heard the tale, but 'twould seem a most ill-tempered strain of the beast roams the land south of the Druthers of late. You might recognize them by the scars they bear from frenzied battles with men and fellow beasts alike. Ah, one last thing. I would give you this freshly made bowl of sparhawk egg soup to aid in your battle. You may chuckle, but the spices contained within are known to sap the energy of these plant-eating beasts. Now go carefully, and don't let those doe eyes lull you into a false sense of security, lest the next ale you down spill freely from the myriad holes in your body. And using key items on targets. Some quests require you to use a key item on an enemy target. There are 2 ways to do so. The first is by right-clicking the enemy target bar and selecting Use Key Item from the sub-commands. The second method is to first target an enemy, then click on the key item icon found in the duty list. And the latter one is what I usually do because I actually forgot about the former one. Aphilot wants you to cull the smallmouth orbun that have been decimating the river fish. That glint in your eye. You're no stranger to violence, are ya? Got a job for a hard lass like ya have. Run along to the river east a year and gut me 3 smallmouth orbun, will ya? They've been gobbling down all the fishies with Buscaran serves us our dinners, and we can't have that now, can we? Come back to me dirtied up with fish guts and I'll see you're treated like a proper Druthers regular. Well, I don't really want to be filthy with guts and fish of whatnot, but am I going this way? Ah, empty tub. And then I'll back around to talk to the drunken buffoon. If I can... Oh. Did I run past it already? Or is it because I need to fill it up? Destination. Pick up the empty tub, which is no longer empty. And then I guess now finding the buffoon? Seriously, was it just over there too? Seriously? Come on now. Oh, I see. I was placing the water tub, the empty tub. Now I was just filling up the tub. And now I have it. Ay ay ay. And obviously this is where... Drunken Duskwhite. Mead-soaked Midlander. What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes on your face? There you go, have some water. All over you. Ugh, no fuck. That's cool. What do you mean no fighting? This Duskwork scum was a... Yeah, I know the rules. The jerk gets the keep his skin. For now. Thanks for stepping in there, friend. Not that I couldn't handle myself against a bleating milksop like that bloke. I don't want to cause no trouble for Buscarin. You know, having to mop up blood and bits and teeth and the like. Buscarin. Nicely done, Slytherin. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a dusk-white Ellison. They're a people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them, and it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? Yes, sir. So we can either pick this, which has glasses and a pointed hat, or we can go with roast dodo, and that looks really, really, really yummy. Which is what we're gonna go for. Otherwise, there's the coin option there too, but whatever. Ooh, is that better than? I don't like it in terms of appearance, but item comparison. Carnage sword is slightly worse, but whatever. I might pick one of these instead. Actually, no, I will probably go with the sword. Anyway, the eponymous proprietor of Buscarin's Druthers has need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Quaker and friend of mine, you see, name of Teteron. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my Druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own, he did. Not long after cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lenosa. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, the scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left, so I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Rugadin fellow named Bjornsson. You can find him at Hawker's Alley in Limsa Lominsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Well, we will do the side quest here first. And then we will do, or teleport, where's the door? Oh, ah, there you are. And then we'll teleport over to the side quest, or the main story quest. Swap to the thaumaturge for a bit. Slower than expected. I was actually thinking my thaumaturge was a bit higher in level than I thought, so I'm going to switch back to the gladiator. And now we need to head over this way to do the antelope quest. I'm just going to zoom out so I have a better vantage point. And so what we're looking for is one of those. Tiny beast, right? Well, we will use the Spearhawk egg soup, which you see has added detrimental effects. Maximum HP is reduced, along with each penalty, or that's what it's called. When damage dealt is reduced. And in terms of killing these creatures, if you don't actually use it besides that you actually need to use it for the quest, they can be a lot harder to kill. So it's definitely an important thing to use that. Okay, and so we have that done, so I will run them my way over there. Oh, okay, that's for that. Definitely don't need to go down there. That's for the Halvatog dungeon that we haven't done yet. Flood. Take care of them Orbidon, did ya? Reckon I'll be tucking into a bowl of river trout afore long then. Or a nice bit of pike, perhaps. Old Buscarin, you know. He's always done right by me, no matter what I might have gotten up to back in the day, so I don't take kindly to them, as would make trouble for him, even if they're fish. You seem like a trustworthy sort, and I can see you've got some skills from your work as a venturer. Let's say you put him to work for the old man, eh? And salmon mignere, as I butchered the last bit of the word, or grilled warm water trout. And we will go for this. Not because it's a fancy word, but just because. And obviously there's another quest here, but I'm actually... Okay, I'll turn this one in, then I'll do the main story quest, and then we probably end up back in this way. Anyway, I am going to attune to Quarry Mill so I can teleport back to there instead of having to travel back and forth to wherever it was that I just came from. To the adventurers, merchants, and laborers that came here to partake in fine ale and fine company. The Druthers is like a second home, even an only home to the more unfortunate. We'd be fools not to avail ourselves of the protection of wood whalers and the gods' quiver, but there lies a special satisfaction in defending one's own home. You've done us all proud today, friend. And as you can see, there's another quest there, so let's ride the chocobo. We'll head on over there and attune there, because then I can just ride from there to back over here instead of running from all the way there. And so on and so forth, and you can see there's a bunch of quests, and obviously I won't do that one just yet, because technically we haven't actually reached that area. And here's the quarry mill. And I will also talk to the Chocobo Keep. And attune to the Aetheryte. And so then I'm gonna head to Limsiramitsa and over there. Key. So, running this way. Need to go there. And talking to the unsung. Hello, you. You found your way to Akra's Alley, friend? A quaker and what worked at the Druthers? Ah, you speak of Tatooine. Related to the Kyokurun bloke just over there by some blood or another. The two of them put them together and were making good coin, but old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be tight of lip, though. I warn ya. Best to take a chicken egg with ya. Little jerk loves the bloody things. Heh. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venturer along. Too shy to come his own self. Ah, I miss the drinking with that fool. And Kyokurun. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokurun, busy with business. Too busy for blather. And we'll give you a chicken egg. The egg of a domestic chicken. Chicken egg? Kyokurun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Tetarun. Tetarun no here no more. Tetarun leave Limsa. Tetarun go for sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Tetarun. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg get ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Probably Kyokurun. Kyokurun. And down there to the ferry docks. We will head this way. And yeah, this way is right. Over this way. And over this way. And Weinberg. Tetarun? I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was heading somewhere up north, by way of ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking an Eldfold. He's an old man, old. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. I guess we're going to Aleport. Yep, burs. And then we will talk to whatever that name of that dude was. Which is, oh, right here. I guess I didn't actually need to run, but okay. Tetarun. I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by this fellow Quickworm. He reckoned he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake. Mimaroon's trading post. Following the road and you're sure to find it. Okay, so... whoops. I already know that there is no Aether Port. There is on this side, but there's a bunch of water here, which you will see shortly once I actually get over to that area. And obviously you can see someone is doing the leave quest. And so heading up over this way. And mapping the realm Upper Lenosa. And so there's this area here. We have some wolves that we need to avoid. And so just over this way, which is hard to see because it's so dark because it's storming, but and there's a fate there. Obviously you see there's a quest here. Tetarun. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Bring something for Tetarun? Scarlet earring. A weathered brass earring fitted with a polished scarlet stone, a favorite of the forgetful Piper and Tetarun. Tetarun forgot this. Forget a Dooflers. Tetarun swore would never forget earring, but never forget forgot. But never forget forgot. Tetarun thank. Tetarun thank. Good Buscaroon doing. Good Buscaroon doing good. Good Buscaroon good to Teteroon. Teteroon miss good Buscaroon. And we'll grab ourselves a sword. Because it's better than what we have, even though I don't like it as much as the Carnage sword, but if I ever wanted to, I could just add I could just add the glamour to it, but anyway. And then I can grab those ones. Teteroon is places for you to go and thingies for you to get. Good Buscaroon help Teteroon. Teteroon dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies. Must many thankies. Teteroon make Quakeroon firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You help Tuscaroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many thingies. Need good water. Good water from Pool Falls. And need Cure Whiskers. Need 5 good Cure Whiskers. I suppose we will do that, but first we will talk to Gegaroon. Gegaroon of... and you can see we have better gear. Gegaroon of Memorune's trading post has deliveries that need to be made. Gegaroon has good goods. Good goods need delivery, but Gegaroon busy. Too busy. Have hot box lunch. Quakeroon hot box lunch. Lunch for Tanga Tonga and Thalios. Thalios. You take for Gregory. Okay, so I'm going there. And that way. That's partly why I picked it up, because I recalled it being in the same direction as the main story quest, so I'm avoiding this. And I do not want to go in there because it's a fight. Unfortunately, I don't need to. See over there, bunch of coral. Tanga Tonga. Leave me be. I'm too hungry to continue my research, let alone receive visitors. Hot box lunch. Light and fluffy Lenosan toast, 2 boiled wildfowl eggs, and a poached apicola egg, and a cup of turtle egg soup. A veritable egg lover's dream. This is a Quakeroon hot box lunch from Memorune's trading post. How did you... Thank you, friend. At last I will be able to hear myself think over the growling in my stomach. I was so eager to come studying fossils, I never gave any thought to how I'd take my meals. I've neither the time nor the materials to cook on my own, so the trading post has been a godsend. I'm always happy to be on the receiving end of a nice hot box lunch. And right off the bat, we have better gear. And I finally have my first combo of 3 skills. Yay! Tango Tonga seeks help excavating fossils at Thalios. I know it's not easy thing making your way out to where I am. I could use someone like you around here. How would you like to aid in my excavation? I do what I can on my own, but I need someone to brave the more dangerous places, such as atop the bones themselves. Set out in my place and see what fossils there are to be found. If possible, I would prefer a variety of specimens. So I shall do these quests, and that will be it for this video. Once I, obviously, like I just said, do these quests. Okay, so I believe I have to go up here, see that there's various things up there. And I need to kill those for the hunt log, but I'm gonna hold off on killing them because I believe I need them for this story quest anyway. Found fossil. So it took me a while to actually find all of these things. Because they're kind of all over the place in bones. Yes, these are bones, if you can see. There. Anyway. Was that one over there? Nope. Oops. Did I need something else up there? What? Search oblong fossils. Oh, I guess back up there. There we go. And unfortunately, I don't think I can make my way back up there, so I'll have to actually hop down. This way. So as to not kill myself. Once I figure out how to hop down, because it's actually annoying. Oh, I see, because we can't actually go there because it's deep water. I always forget. Hop. Hop. Over this way. And down because it's actual land. And I think that's up there. So, chocobo time. We will go over this way to do the side quest, or main story quest, not side quest. I will avoid and ignore the Yarzan if I can. But they're not ignoring me, so... Those are part of the fate, so I want to attack those. Let's see if I can grab that one there. And I actually forgot about that part when I first did this, so I had made my way back already to Maroon, I believe it is. What's his name? Whatever. The Quacker were helping. And then I realized, oh, I hadn't actually collected this, I think because there was a fate that was going on at this time, and I was wary because it was like a giant coral. And I was thinking it was like the boss fate that I had encountered without realizing that's what it was for my first time. So, bigger monsters meant bad for me. But that's not the case. It's actually just kind of a... While it's bigger, it's not a boss fate or anything like that. And it's actually not too bad to kill. And that's it for... Yeah, unfortunately, the paralyzed interrupts the action sometimes of actually summoning. So, kill the crows. I'm not worried about that one. And as you can see, this is part of the fate there. Should ignore us since we're not synced to the fate. And I will be back around to kill those anyway. And I can do that on my own time, so I'm not going to kill them right now. So we need to head on up and get the rest of this. And it's this way. Oh. I've got it. I guess someone was doing the fate. That would explain why there's the spawns. So somewhere up here should be Over this way should be the crystal fossil things that I need. Over this way, maybe? Sometimes it's a pain in the butt trying to find these things. So I don't see it up here. Search for oblong fossils, so it says it's over this way. I don't think we need to attack those. I don't think it's up there, so it must be down below. As I said, this quest was such a pain in the butt. It honestly took me a long time to figure it out. So I'm just gonna hop down there. So I need to go this way. Don't see anything up there. And this is way too far away. Did I mention that this is like the worst quest? Is it behind here? I'm not worried about those, I'm gonna just ignore them. This is honestly the most annoying, and obviously I'm gonna edit some of this stuff out because I don't need to see my insane not knowing where the heck I need to go thing. Don't think it's up here. Yeah, it shouldn't be up here. But it definitely should be up there. Rapid Ratata? Interesting. Did I just miss them over there? Yeah. Did I miss them around here? Am I stuck? Oh dear, oh dear. I honestly don't— ah, there we go. Seriously, that is so annoying. As I said, this one took me a long time to figure out. I forgot there was bones on the other side. That's very frustrating. So okay, we'll turn in this quest. And I'm just gonna hop up there. And that was very close. Okay, let's not do that again. If they had attacked me, I would have died. That would have been unfortunate. Okay. Tanga Tongo. Found something, have you? Come, let us have a look. The oblong fossil, the ossified bone of some long-dead beast or man, and round fossil. The grooved pattern on this roundish fossil suggests it may be a shell of some sort. Ah, yes, these are fine specimens. These long, narrow bones likely belong to some sort of giant sea creature devoured by Thalios, from the looks of it. I'd say it was about the size of an adult gobu, all told. And this round fossil, well, I've developed a theory that it is the shell of a parasitic organism. What? And I've developed a theory that this is the shell of a parasitic organism. I have found countless others like it concentrated near the remains. These are good finds, my friend. Both are testaments to the sheer enormity of Thalios. Ah, forgive me. We scholars tend to assume all know as much of our subject matter as we do. Do you know of the tale of Thalios? It is said, Limblian summoned the massive serpent upon the primordial dry, and from its belly it spewed forth waters which became the seas. We have no proof the remains that lie here are the Thalios, Indeed, whatever beast this was first came to be called that by virtue of its size alone. But I, for one, now dare to believe it just may be that these bones are those of the divine serpent that brought life into this world. Fascinating. And we will put those because we might feel better. And then I'm gonna run my way to... that's over that way. And talk to whichever person thingy we're helping. I don't remember what that is. Anyway, so talking to Teteroon here. Teteroon. Teteroon make firewater for Buscaroon. You brings thingies Teteroon need. And so water-filled barrel. Banded barrel filled with water from Fool Falls, large enough to serve as a bath for a family of Lullafellas. Okay. And Krill Pup Whisker. It takes almost a full year for a pearl to grow its first whiskers. It took less than a minute to remove it. You brought all thingies. Teteroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaroon. Teteroon start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time, more good. You come back later. And we'll scoop up the rope weapon. And I guess later is now. Teteroon. Teteroon appears to have finished his gift for Buscaroon. Teteroon make firewater good. Good firewater. You take to Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Teteroon hopes Buscaroon happy. Teteroon gives Buscaroon thankies. Many, many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Teteroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many, many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. And so we will head on back over to the Black Shroud. And as I said, teleport there. And I definitely didn't want to teleport down there because there's like level 40 and higher creatures there. And while you could avoid them, let's not risk it with being as tiny as we are. And as you can see, there are a ton of quests here. But again, I'm not going to do those, especially not in this video, because we're technically not over by this area yet, and you can see there's some more there. So I'm going to give this Quackrin Firewater to Buscaroon, and then that will be it for this video. Unfortunately, I have to run through a fate. But should be fine. And over this way. I can actually cut open here. And pop. And talk. Buscaroon. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Teteroon's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Quackrin Firewater. A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both live and dead, into a barrel of water and letting the concoction ferment for a sun night under the warm sun. Quackrin Firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why that old... Oh, bloody else. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can make it through this bottle together. And so... I can see boots. And there will be the helm, but I will pick up that quest next time, and actually I'm gonna cast Glamour on that. Let's see. No. 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 Oh, no. Definitely not. Nope. Nope. Slightly better, but goofy. Nope. Nope. Okay, I'm not. I'll just edit that out. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching!